welcome to your outlet for outdoors and Western lifestyle news, The Ben Show. I am your host, Rebecca Wanner, a.k.a. Beck, and you know we love hearing from all of you, your comments, your stories, your ideas. As always, get a hold of us anytime, call or text 305-900-2363. Again, that's 305-900-2363. Or you can always drop an email to bendradioshow@gmail.com. Ryan Long Shotgun, as always, is my producer, sound engineer, and co-host, Jeff Tigger Erhardt. A new month is upon us. So, after what happened to us here in the cabin, I'm not going to say who's to blame for not cleaning out the fridge, but here's the little public service announcement. If you have not cleaned out your fridge since Christmas, do it now.
You are the compulsive hoarder of stuff. Don't even point the finger over at me.
Are you kidding me? Okay, so I found this container full of, I don't even know. I think it was your gravy from Christmas. I think that's what it was.
It was your cream corn.
No, there was no corn left.
I think you ate the corn out of it and you left
There was no corn left. And so if it degraded in there, that's disgusting. But how can I put this? Thank goodness the dish was glass. Otherwise, I think it would have been thrown.
Yeah, but I'm not the one to keep leftovers. I'm the one that will eat the whole thing and so you don't have leftovers and you don't got to mess with it. You're the one that will save 2 little pieces of broccoli. And you're going to eat it the next day.
I will usually eat those.
This is a case that you usually did not eat whatever liquid that was.
Well, I know that it was, I'm pretty sure, the gravy from Christmas Day, and I don't eat gravy. You're the gravy guy, so I would have only saved it for you. So how could you have not used it and it turned into, I'm not even going to say what it grew into.
What I'm going to say, if it was gravy, I would have used it, and I'm questioning that it was gravy. I'm just going to leave it at that.
I feel like I should have cooked some of it up to make you taste it and tell me what it had been. Well, but as one thing, by the way,
that
Mr.
ship has sailed.
With the whole fridge, here's one other area while you're cleaning it out. Now, some of you are thinking, hey, when's the last time I looked at the bottom shelf in the back? Yeah, scary. What is the deal with the condiments? How many condiments can one guy have?
What?
You're being quiet now.
Every guy has to have their variety of condiments. We don't ask for a lot in life. We just want to have a variety of condiments.
I never knew you could have this many types of ranch.
We do. There's lots of different kinds of ranch. We've got chipotle. We've got regular. I did buy the buttermilk the other day because I thought it was going to taste like the really good stuff you get at the restaurants, and it doesn't. I had to try it again. I knew it wouldn't, but I just had to hope, I guess.
I think we have 4 types of mustard, too, in there.
Well, we got regular mustard, and then we got honey mustard, and then we have hot mustard.
And Mickey's mustard.
Oh, and Mickey's mustard.
We got to give them a plug.
Oh, actually, 2 different kinds of Mickey's mustard.
So
that's 5 mustards.
I'm just saying, you have taken
but
over
I
the
eat
door.
Them all. I eat them
and
all.
I don't know if it's just a guy thing. Maybe it's a gal thing, too. But
I think it's an everybody thing. I don't think you could go into anybody's house, apartment, doesn't matter where it's at. I think it's an everybody thing. You go into their fridge and there is an abundance of condiments.
You open the door, it's overloaded, it's jammed full, and then there's still nothing in the fridge to eat.
Yes. Well, apparently at our place there's that thing of you're calling it gravy, I'm calling it cream corn. I mean, so we could have had ranch dressing and cream corn. Come on, man.
All right, now you heard me go off on what was bugging me this week. Clean out your fridge if you haven't cleaned it out in a while, or you'll end up like Tigger and I. All right, let's head into some news for everybody. Have you heard about this? Northern California lakes, they take different approaches to preventing invasive golden mussels. And in case you haven't heard about this, these invasive golden mussels affect more than just North Carolina. I think every body of water has to deal with some sort of invasive species.
I have golden mussels back. I just had to do that. Everybody was thinking the same thing.
Northern
the
California
guys were flexing for the ladies.
Lakes are taking on new pleasures to prevent the spread of the invasive golden mussel, a serious threat to water systems. Discovered in California's Delta, these mussels can thrive in waters with lower calcium levels and spread up to 150 miles a year, damaging water infrastructure and fisheries. In response, lakes like Beresis, Hennessy, Comanche, and New Melones have implemented temporary 30-day launch closures. Boaters can still launch hand-powered boats like kayaks with an inspection, but larger boats may face delays and restrictions. Now, these mussels can clog pipes, they damage water treatment plants, and starve fish by feeding on plankton. Decontamination stations are being set up throughout Northern California, though they can cost up to $35,000 each. While some boaters are frustrated, experts agree that these measures are crucial to protect California's water resources from the mussels' devastating effects. Now, I'm going to go further into this and say should be on the radar of everybody who is a fisherman and is negligent on washing off the bottoms of their boats, their kayaks, even your paddle boards, okay? When you're moving between different bodies of water, I think this is just a good public service announcement to bring up. Be smart.
You really should.
Be smart.
Yeah.
Just take 2 seconds, take the hose, scrub off, power wash off the bottom of anything that goes and sets place in a river, a water stream. It might be a pond.
We're really good about that because our kayaks are really easy to throw on back of the flatbed and just scoot out someplace for a Sunday afternoon. So we go to a lot of different bodies of water, but we're really good about just cleaning them off real quick, because what do they say? Watch out for hitchhikers, right?
Yes.
Is that the slogan that people get?
It is. And the reason why I'm throwing out the whole kayaks, paddle boards, because that's become such a big thing, especially with some of the youth, those in college. They really love being able to use the blow-up devices. They throw them in their car and roll. Well, just like Tigger said, when we come home, we automatically take our kayaks out, we wash them, power wash them off, top, bottom, and then we flip them upside down so they actually dry in the sun, just making sure that any of those hitchhikers that might be along, they're dead. They're not going to make it. Time for a short break, folks. Stay where you are. The Ben Show will be back right after this.
Is there that particular pair of boots or that shirt or pair of jeans that you just can't find anywhere else? Check out Medora Boot and Western Wear. Medora Boot and Western Wear is the go-to for boots, jeans, especially jackets, and even those hard-to-find accessories that make perfect gifts. Check out MedoraBoot.com, or better yet, give Kim a call at 701-623-1005 and tell Kim that Tigger and Beck sent you. For the latest in Western and outdoor practical and fashionable wear, there is only one, Medora Boot and Western Wear.
The hunt, the stories, the memories. This is Jake Fenrick with JB's Wildlife Designs. Let me capture and preserve that hunt, that story, that memory with a trophy mount to last you a lifetime. Look us up on Facebook at JB's Wildlife Designs to see samples of our taxidermy, and reach out at any time with any and all questions you may have. This is Jake Fenrick with JB's Wildlife Designs. Taxidermy is my passion. Let me preserve yours.
This is Beck. First, I appreciate all of you for listening and making The Bend part of your week. Many of you have asked, how do I catch past episodes? The answer is super easy. Head to thebendshow.com and click on the shows tab. There you can listen to every episode all the way back to episode 1. Podcasters, head to your favorite podcasting app and search The Bend. You'll find us. Be sure to follow and subscribe and never miss another episode again. Welcome back to your outlet for outdoors and Western lifestyle, The Ben Show. I'm your host, Rebecca Wanner, a.k.a. Beck. Riding along shotgun, my co-host, Jeff Tigger Erhardt. How many of you are excited and cheering because, yes, once again, the Eagles are taking on Kansas City in the Super Bowl?
I don't know if there's that many cheering for that.
I know. I'm kind of wondering the same thing.
I'm just saying I was rooting for the Bills just because I kind of wanted to see them go. I was rooting for the Commanders. I wanted to see the Commanders, and the Bills is who I wanted to see at the big dance.
For some reason, I had a feeling it was going to end just the way it did. I'll be honest.
What?
I did, deep down, all right?
You're barely even a football fan.
Hey,
so
I'm there for the commercials.
Oh, exactly right. Exactly right.
All right, but I'm bringing this up because I'm curious how many of you are heading to NOLA, New Orleans, for this upcoming Super Bowl.
I would say nobody. I would say there's not a single person that is listening back. Okay, here, I tell you what, if you are, and if you can prove that you are going to be at Super Bowl 59, we'll send them a package beyond package, a swag
You're saying you're gonna throw up? You're gonna bring us some Ranch It Up gear to send out to these folks?
I'm gonna create whatever we can because I would bet dollars to donuts. Not one person listening is going to be at Super Bowl 59. Not because your team didn't make it. I'm just saying when tickets are what they are, I doubt it.
Okay, well, I'm going to put it this way. The first person to send us something that can say and prove that you're going to be heading to New Orleans for the Super Bowl,
you're going to
get a package. Send it to, you can email bendradioshow@gmail.com, or you can call or text me right now at 305-900-2363, and we'll see what we can put together if any of you listeners are heading there.
I don't want to eat crow on this one. I mean, I hope that I do in a way. I really do, because I would like to talk to somebody that has been to the Super Bowl. I've never talked to anybody. We need to get them on the show. I think it'd be fun just to visit with them, what it was like.
Well, there you go. You might end up on the show, too.
Get all kinds of stuff.
Oh, but I'm bringing that up as well because you're going to want to listen next week when we recap a little bit about being out in the bayou, heading to New Orleans ourselves.
That's right. NOLA's a fantastic place.
It is. We love there. Make sure you enjoy the beignets if you are heading that direction. But this also brings up another question that crossed my mind, because I know some of you are now, you're into the next second month of the year. You're really looking at the calendar. You're going, wow, spring break is quickly coming upon us, summer vacations. And I've mentioned before, places are booking up fast. But how many of you are in this situation where you have to try and plan a trip that involves either friends and or family? So it's a bigger group, but then you have to tackle the hard part about talking about money. What can everybody afford? It's like talking about voodoo, all right? Nobody wants to talk about it.
Are you talking about like Airbnb versus if the whole crew goes together and rents one versus individual hotels? Is that what you're talking about?
Kind of the whole enchilada, that
whole
whole
deal?
minefield that becomes one of those, nobody wants to bring up money, but you have to. Well, I got this on my mind, probably because, like I said, I've been working with my own family to go on that trip.
And I owe my sister money too, by the way.
Oh, yeah, you owe your sister like $400.
Yeah, now that you're saying.
For Duluth. We're heading to Duluth.
Yeah, you go ahead. You talk. Let me write that down. Sis, if you're listening, watch the mail.
You're really sorry? It's his fault, not mine? Well, here's the deal. I'm going to throw out some little tips that I found that help with, how do I say, instead of having to have that face-to-face conversation with everybody in the family, which then gets kind of uncomfortable, here's an idea. Use Monkey Survey. There's different things you can use on the internet to create your own survey, or you could just make your own survey and email it to the group, to everybody, and say, hey, please respond, so that you understand what their expectations are on going to a different location. You can kind of understand if there are people that want maybe a nicer hotel, the amenities, or are they the type that says, I'm fine with a cabin and it doesn't have to have plumbing and everybody shares the same bathroom.
So you're talking just to get a feel for what people are expecting or would like to experience if you're going on like to a wedding or something like that, and you're going to stay for an extra week.
You got it.
Okay.
Yes, because I'm trying to
smelling
say
what's
use some tact. Be tactful. Because many people get really embarrassed. Nobody wants to feel like they can't afford to hang with everybody else.
I get it. I understand that.
So if you go and come up with a survey that gets sent to everybody gets the same survey, then you can kind of funnel through and ask these questions of like, what do they expect for accommodations? Are they okay with say everybody going in on a van to get around to different areas versus renting 3 or 4 vehicles? Getting an idea, are they the type of people that are in your group that want to do adventures? Or are they the type that want to stay more in an all-inclusive resort and have drinks and lay by the pool, which is totally fine? Or are they the type that wants it, high-end restaurants, or do they want to go picnicking? You see, there's all these different ways you can ask these different questions, and that'll give you a feel of, A, what the group's expectations are, or then you can approach it with the next question, when you go and tell people you're focusing in on maybe narrowing it down to 2 different locations, you can look at what everybody wants, kind of add up their wants versus nots, and then be tactful in asking the next questions of, hey, just throwing this out there, this is going to cost approximately X, Y, or Z to go to an all-inclusive resort. Or if you want to go more adventurous and spend your money on excursions and doing that, you'll just find out the activity level. It just really helps out. I'm telling you right now, just to kind of set yourself up for success.
So do you think that somebody needs to take the position and just be the ramrod on this? Is that kind of what you're recommending?
I do.
That somebody just takes the reins and isn't telling anybody what to do, but is just in charge of the organization, that somebody has to just step up to the plate.
That's the thing. And here's the thing. I'm going to have to ask you yourself. If you are somebody that is joining the group and you're not the one stepping up to bat to actually organize it, give that individual some grace that is planning it, okay? Because if you can imagine, there's a lot of mindsets.
About you?
Well, hey, my uncle took one for the team, was setting up our Alaska family cruise that we're going on. However, I've slowly became the second in command of helping him with this planning, and just being respectful and understanding that those that are stepping up to the plate, there's a lot of work that goes into planning a vacation of this magnitude.
And one thing that you brought up was just who needs internet and who doesn't.
Oh, say, for example, for a cruise, or like if you're going backcountry or not.
Yeah, like you were saying, okay, you're going to try to do some updates.
Remote work.
Yeah, from remote work from the cruise. So you're going to have internet available for you.
Yes. So when you're making that survey, find out what is the amount of time somebody can take off. Are you only available for 3 to 4 days, so a long weekend? Or are you totally okay with taking 1 to 2 weeks and road tripping out to see Yellowstone, Glacier? I mean, make it an epic travel adventure.
Go to the Super Bowl. Go to NOLA.
But here's the other side of it. If you are maybe not having the funds like you would like to, that's okay. Just respond back if you're one of those receiving the survey, or you're wanting to give some input into the person that is organizing them. Tell them that you are totally okay with traveling on off-peak times, because everybody likes to save money, right? And nobody really wants to deal with a lot of crowds. So be completely open to booking when it's not heavy travel season. Be watching for travel alerts, especially those that are planning on it. You might find some. And then group discounts, that's where there are benefits of you all going on this trip together, as you can usually get one great deal for everybody. But then here is the last part of that. To make this successful is build flexibility into your plan. That sounds crazy, but flexibility meaning even though you're going on a trip as a whole group does not mean you have to do everything together. Be completely okay with knowing that
you might kill each other.
Yes, but it's okay, because what's fun is you go and all do different things, and you know that throughout the trip you'll get together for a meal, maybe drinks, and then you can share each other's days and adventure, and it just makes it even more fun because you have somebody to share it with and talk and laugh and giggle and take in all those great moments. So those are just a few tips I have. I'll have more in the coming weeks, as you can imagine. But let me know, though, too. I want to find out, what are your big trips that you are planning this next year in 2025? Send us a message, bendradioshow@gmail.com, or text me or call me at 305-900-2363. We're going to take a short break, crew. We got more of The Ben Show right after this.
Hey guys and gals, this is John Arman with Ultimate Outdoor Adventures TV. Ultimate Outdoor Adventures TV travels the back roads to the backwaters in pursuit of the ultimate adventure in hunting and fishing. Join Team UOA every week for exciting action in the crosshairs of the outdoors. Catch Ultimate Outdoor Adventures TV on YouTube, Amazon Prime, and make sure to follow Team UOA on Facebook and Instagram to share in the ultimate outdoor adventure.
You've waited, dreamt of a hunting adventure, and now have harvested that trophy of a lifetime. Keep the memory alive with a custom-designed mount, preserved as a work of art. Check out our approved taxidermist depending on your location. The award-winning Schneider Taxidermy is located in Helena, Montana. When hunting the Dakotas, JB's Wildlife Designs in Mandan, North Dakota, then Shadron Creek Taxidermy in Nebraska, and for the Central USA, Little Rack Taxidermy in Macomb, Illinois. Reach out to The Ben Show and let us help you find the right taxidermist.
You asked for it, you got it. Watch the Cowboy Channel anytime, anywhere with the Cowboy Channel Plus. Live stream the Cowboy Channel or watch your favorite PRCA rodeos on demand. Classic PRCA rodeos added weekly. Get the Cowboy Channel Plus for only $9.99 a month or save 25% by signing up for a full year. Visit cowboychannelplus.com to sign up and start streaming today.
Welcome back to your outlet for outdoors and Western lifestyle, The Bend Show. I am your host, Rebecca Wanner, a.k.a. Beck, and riding along shotgun, my co-host, Jeff Tigger Erhardt. Now, this news story crossed my wires, let me tell you. For those of you looking for ideas for Valentine's Day, White Castle is bringing back its popular Valentine's Day tradition, complete with pink linen tablecloths, heart-shaped balloons, and candlelights. The event attracts around 30,000 diners looking for a unique dining experience every year. Reservations are currently being taken. I know! Specials on the menu include a $5 Sloppy Joe combo and a $6.99 Sloppy Joe 6-pack.
Does it come with Prilosec?
I'm laughing because
Pepto-Bismol?
I have yet to ever eat at a White Castle. We don't have them where we live. I've seen them in other cities. Yes, I just haven't had a chance to go
You've
eat
never
at one.
eaten a little sliders?
No, I've made my own.
You have to order like 12 of them?
I've made my own.
I can't believe you've never eaten at a White Castle in all your travels.
Well, you know what, honey? I'm going to also let you know you're off the hook. I do not want White Castle for Valentine's.
There went that idea.
But while we're on that topic, because you've only got, the days, the month has started, you better be figuring out what to do for Valentine's.
Got less than 2 weeks, yo.
Here's the dealio. Have you been thinking about maybe now's a good time to get away? Valentine's this year falls on a Friday. And I was surprised. I started looking around just for some fun little ideas because I'm not somebody that really wants flowers on Valentine's Day. That's like the only holiday or day I don't want flowers.
Point taken. Yep. I'm listening.
I would rather have an experience or something memorable.
Go to a hockey game.
And no, Tigger, I know that's what you were hoping for. But okay, so here's what I did. I Googled, just looking around in the area. This crossed through my feed as well. And here's an idea for you. When you're looking at where you live, look to small towns that maybe are tourist attractions. You might be surprised to find out that they are having their own romance getaways because it's the off season. So I looked at Medora, North Dakota. They're the gateway to Theodore Roosevelt National Park. It's a few-hour drive for us, a couple hours, but I thought, let me just see what they got going on. Sure enough, they call it Romance in Medora on top of it. You see what I'm throwing at you, Tigger?
I'm looking at the calendar. I'm smelling what you're cooking, babe.
But here's what I found out. They're not the only ones. I checked with like the Black Hills in South Dakota. There's some different resorts, lodges that are also holding some activities. I checked down in North Carolina. Hint, hint, I would like to go to the coast over there. I'm looking at you.
I get it.
But no, there's some great last minute deals to be had, as well as even some great deals I found that were within just a 15-minute drive of our own house. But book your deals now. That's what I'm telling you right now, because you're in the perfect window of the last minute time frame. I was surprised, for example, little Medora, North Dakota. Like I said, they're hopping in the summer, but right now is their off season, and they're offering a special evening with a special meal that's already been decided, a champagne hour.
Probably
live
substantially
music.
cheaper than going during the busy tourist season. But I just looked at the calendar there, dear, and I have a bull sale on Friday. I have a bull sale on Saturday, and I have one on Sunday. How are we going to do that?
So what you're telling
I'm
me is
just-
my dates are going to be to bull sales?
I'm just
3
saying.
days of bull sales?
I'm just saying. I mean, that's what's on the calendar.
Somebody just said, "Hey, Beck, are you throwing him a shovel to dig his own grave right now?"
I'm picking up what you're throwing down, though. I mean, this makes sense that there are a lot of those local in the small towns, the civic clubs. A lot of
Yes.
times they'll do that around the holidays. That
Lions Club.
they will have at their community center or their hall or something like that. They might host, or maybe the local 4-H kids or something like that.
They're
They do
serving
something,
you.
yeah, just do something neat. I get it.
I'm
That's
just
kind of a
pushing
neat
you
idea.
I'm pushing y'all to just get out, do a staycation, even like you just said. Enjoy something that's right there in your backyard, but find it as a reason to get out with just you and your other half. Leave the kids at home and enjoy.
And what happens if I come home with another heifer or another bull? It's Valentine's Day, Beck.
Doghouse. Yes, I said the doghouse. We have 2 of them, one for the actual dog and one for Tigger. You might just find yourself in it. And the rest of you guys, yes, I'm talking to you guys, don't end up in the doghouse like Tigger is about to.
Remember, though, I'm a hopeless romantic.
And we're going to call this show Wrapped, folks. Remember, keep sending us in anything you know of spot-worthy for us to share, a recipe we need to test out in our very own cabin kitchen, as well as your area's field reports. And yes, let us know if you're attending the Super Bowl. We want to know. You can call or text 305-900-2363. Again, 305-900-2363. Or you can email bendradioshow@gmail.com. And if you missed part of this episode or want to hear past shows, you can find them all on our website, thebendshow.com. And be sure to subscribe on your favorite podcasting app and to the Ben Show YouTube channel. Finally, a big thanks to all of you listeners out there that came along. And whether you're coming or going today, stay with us as we ranch it up. And remember to keep up with me, Beck, all week long by following The Ben on Facebook and on Instagram @The Ben Show. This is Rebecca Wanner. Catch Beck if you can next week on The Ben.